Namaste everyone. I welcome you all on behalf of Prayas Theosophical Lodge to the study session on Being the Change, a Willpower Act or a Natural Flowering. And the speaker for the day is Sister Ananya Pati. So before starting the session, let us invoke the universal invocation followed by silence. O hidden life, vibrant in every atom, O hidden light, shining in every creature, O hidden love, embracing all in oneness. May each who feels himself as one with thee know he is therefore one with every other. Come back, everyone. Thank you for joining. So, the speaker for the day, Sister Ananya Pati, is a second year BSc Psychology student. She joined the Theosophical Society in the year 2024. She's an active member and has started and participated in a lot of meetings in the Sambhav camp conducted by the UTF and spoken at various local lodge meetings as well as the 150th International Convention. Let us all welcome her for today's session. Over to you, Ananya.
Thank you. So, please let us all sit together quietly. We are here to look into our own minds as one. There is no distinction between us. The world is me and I am the world, as quoted by J. Krishnamurti. So, first of all, we will begin by looking at our own hands. By looking at your own hand, think about the way this life has moved over the last 5 years. You are wiser now, you are kinder now, and when we believe that we have changed, that means change is happening constantly. So, with the topic that we are here today with to discuss is being a change, a willpower act, or a natural flowering. Okay, so we will get into this deep gradually as we proceed with the discussion. So, we will start by asking ourselves a very fundamental and a serious question. What is change? Yeah. Why do we change and how do we go about it all? So, when we think of change, we usually think it means a movement from what is to what should be, right? We think change is all about a journey from a flawed present to a perfect future. But let us look deeper. Is real change a movement towards an ideal, or is it a radical shift that allows us to observe directly without any distortion? So, there are usually two paths that we see. The first is willpower. Willpower is a conscious act of force. Willpower is a determination of the ego. The mind decides, I am this, but I must use force or effort to be that. It is a continuous inner struggle. It is like a man building a temporary wall to block a massive river. The second path is natural flowering. Imagine we are looking at a plant. A plant usually lives, it grows, and it dies. It does all of this without a sense of selfishness, right? It has no psychological me, the plant, right? And it also does not use willpower to grow. When the soil is ready, when the sun is there, it naturally blooms. Then, why does the human mind live in constant friction while a seed flowers without struggle? Actually, we need to ask ourselves, what does change actually mean to you? Right? Please do not accept anything that I say without looking at it first. Yeah? I wonder if I'm making sense. Okay. So, we are discussing this together. Okay. So, first, let us start by looking at our own minds. To understand why we change, we need to first look at how we live. In professional settings, the practitioners are taught to help people change within limited resources and time. We focus on, like the practitioners focus on recent results to solve a single immediate problem so a person is temporarily satisfied. But that is merely a superficial change. It caters to immediate wants, but it does not offer a root solution that helps a human being for a lifetime. Because human beings have many problems that they face. So there should be a lifetime solution to that, right? Not a temporary superficial change. But we generally chase this superficial change because we register psychological impressions too deeply. I'll explain this as I move forward. So for example, someone says, you are very irritating, right? It can be a compliment also. You are very hardworking. So what happens? The mind registers this and we accept it and we say, yes, I am irritating. And I am this and I must be that. Right? Am I making sense? So imagine how do I say this? Imagine a clean, clear glass, right? And a bird flies past, right? There is this window, a clean, clear window, and a bird flies past. This window, this does not keep the reflection of the bird, right? The bird goes and the window is perfectly clean again, right? But our minds are like wet paint. Paint. Yeah. Our minds are like wet paint. Someone throws a word at us and it sticks. We register it. We paint over it. We spend years trying to scrub the paint off with our willpower, with effort, with force. But the question is, why can't the mind be like the clean glass? Just letting the reflection go without holding it. Because the moment a judgment is registered or a compliment is registered, they both are the same thing. It brings unnecessary conflict and tension within us and among others. When we look at the world, because as we discussed, I am the world and the world is me. Because the world is me, then whatever inner friction is going through inside me, it is the exact same that we see outside. Nations are in conflict because of this same subtle, superficial desires. They feel a bigger area or a bigger or a larger land mass would make them more powerful. This because they have seen people gaining respect based on the material things that they possess. So they fight to preserve them, to protect them, the material things. But at the micro level, people, they cannot sleep at night because they are in constant conflict every day. Every night before they go to sleep, they are in tension. They are thinking over what to do to impress others tomorrow morning. This is an urgent, serious fact. We need to understand that if I am affected, the world is affected. Everyone else is affected. We do not want this change of conflict and war, right? This change we do not want. Or if someone wants, then that is a whole different discussion. So we need a higher revolution in our own very cells. A total peace where we do not suppress ourselves or fight ourselves, but live peacefully with immense energy. This brings us to how we change. Now, does change happen through willpower, through force, through effort, dedication? When we implement this willpower, this force, our mind gets fragmented into two camps. The part, two camps or two parts. One part which is controlled and the other part that wants to control. Now there is a war because once division is there, war automatically happens. Now there is a war inside the head, and we find it deeply difficult, right, to carry on. Let's have an illustration to understand this clearly. Think about a simple struggle that one might face. Waking up in the morning at 5 a.m. For example, I want to wake up tomorrow at 5 a.m., but my mind is fragmented into two. Like the alarm rings, and a part of me wants to wake up desperately, and another part of me does not want to wake up at all. Yeah. So when I am caught in that conflict, what is actually happening? We need to look at it closely and realize that both the sides that wants to wake up and the other one that does not want to wake up are still thoughts. The one that does not want to wake up is still me, and the one that wants to wake up is still me. Okay. So they are just thoughts that are moving in the mind. Once I am deeply aware of that fact, what happens? There is a total stoppage of movement. There is no more struggle, no more movement. There is only an absolute stillness. And in that stillness, there is complete freedom to observe and to take the right action instantly. And if we think of that, logically, can a mind at war ever be at peace? You know better. Willpower is a limited biological battery. When it drains, the conflict returns. Then again, now we are clear that willpower will not help us. Then we might have another thought. Will, like, tomorrow I'm not able to wake up, I'll have this thought, okay, so what if today I did not wake up? Tomorrow I will wake up at 5 a.m., right? So does change happen through time? The mind says, I will change tomorrow. But tomorrow is an illusion put together by thought. When we say we will change tomorrow, we are postponing it. We are choosing to continue the conflict today. So change is not about a slow travel from the past to the future. The moment we understand a fact completely, the whole travel of time ends. We deal with it instantly. So let us look at history to see if this instant famous Angulimala, we call it in Odia, Angulimala. He was a man caught in immense violence, living a life of absolute terror. Did he change through years of willpower? Did he sit down and make a 5-year plan to slowly force himself to become a peaceful monk. No. For those who know the story of Angulimala, maybe you could relate, but for those who do not, um, please look it up. It's a very interesting story. And okay, I'll just um, say the gist of it. Angulimala met Buddha, and instantly, in a single encounter, he saw the reality of his own violence exactly as it was. Thus, the essence of it all is that the observation was so deep, so undistorted, that his weapons dropped instantly. The change was not a process of time, it was a sudden motivation, not motivation, it was a sudden change in his blood. Also, there is another example of Emperor Ashoka. We are quite familiar with it. He was also previously known as Chandashoka. He built his life around conquest, territory, and destruction. But on the battlefield of Kalinga, he looked around. He did not look through a distorted political lens or through any lens. Just he observed simply what is the truth, what is there. He saw the raw fact of blood, pain, and absolute human sufferings. He did not use willpower at all, obviously, to force himself to the transformation brought in a deep peace and a natural flowering that was born from pure observation. When we see these historic turnings, we realize that the mind only struggles to change when it refuses to look at the fact. If we only change on the surface to look good for others, we are pretending, right? But when the mind looks at its core without biases, the truth alone breaks the habit. Now, how does this instant change happen without force? It happens when we understand the whole structure of thought at a micro level. Thought is, of course, necessary for our physical survival. It would be neurotic if I say that thought is not at all required. So, thought is required to earn money, to practice medicine, or to learn how to teach. That must be limited to where it is useful. For example, think of a map, world map, for example. The map shows the rivers, the uh, boundaries of the countries, and the mountains. We use this map to travel, right? It is very useful. But one cannot drink the river in the map, right? One cannot climb the paper mountain. The map is not the actual land. So thought is just a map. It is useful for physical things. Absolutely. Our reputation, our identities, God's spiritual dogmas, and I can go on. Whatever it is, of a different name. These all entirely distort the truth. Imagine you are walking in a beautiful garden and there is a lake passing by. A child falls into this deep lake. You see this child splashing. What do we do? Do you debate with
Ananya,
thought?
Ananya, sorry to interrupt. Maybe you can turn off your camera so that your audio.
Danger clearly.
Ananya, am I audible to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you? I mean, it's a suggestion. You can turn off your camera so that your audio becomes more clear.
Okay. Is it clearer now?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So, do we okay, when we see a child falling into this deep lake, what is our instant action? Do we debate with our thoughts? Do we say, I will jump in tomorrow? No, right? We see the danger clearly and the jump into the water is instant. The seeing and the action are one single movement. So when we see a physical fire, we do not need a willpower to step back. We do not say, I will step back tomorrow. The clear observation of the danger is the action itself. In the exact same way, true change means having the complete freedom to observe things exactly as they are, without the distortion of our thoughts, images, or biases. So when the mind observes its own psychological conflicts without any judgment or taking sides, it sees the truth of the fact. The illusion loses its power instantly. No force, no conditioning is at all required. The mind becomes completely free, quiet, and whole. In that quietness, that stillness, we do not struggle. One does not struggle. One lives and dies beautifully, naturally flowering from moment to moment. So when one lives this life, one will know they lived a life of truth, not an illusion. And then again, everyone is completely unique. So one must walk down into their own selves to find this out for their own self. Okay, so I guess it's time. I'm done now.
Now actually turn on your camera. Yes. Thank you so much, Ananya. Indeed, a very compelling, a well articulated, and insightful talk. Thank you so much. So, let us absorb the unique, impactful, and great things we have learned today, and let us sit in meditation for a minute. ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ Thank you so much, Ananya Pati. Let us all actually cheer for her. Such a young member and such an impactful talk. Great work.
Thank you
Thank you so much. So let us all meet next month, same day, same time, with another yet great speaker, and let's continue this series of Prayas Lodge.